Hello and welcome to this gentle yoga challenge today. This practice is based in the classic 26 and 2 hot yoga sequence. Today I'll be offering it in I'd call it a kinder, gentler way. So trying to provide you with more options or more accessible variation, and not in a hot room either. So hopefully this suits the bill, and we'll see you on your mat in a moment. All right, I see folks are joining in. Hello from the west coast of Canada. My name's Guy. I'm here to offer you what we're calling a gentle yoga challenge today. So this class is based on I would call it the classic 26 and 2 hot yoga sequence. But today's offering, my intent is to make it a kinder and gentler variation of that particular practice. Hi Barbara, so nice to see you here. So I'll be offering some regressions of the various classic postures, a few options as we go through. Not exactly sure how long it'll take, maybe about somewhere between 40 and 50 minutes, somewhere in there. Thank you, Barbara. Good morning, Rachel. As always, yes, as Barbara has kindly done here, donations are always welcome. They help me to continue these offerings. I think I've been teaching now online for, I don't know, it's been 4 or 5 months, and I've saved up just about enough to buy a new microphone. So helpful, donations are helpful for sure. To begin today's practice then, we'll find ourselves in a seat on our mat, a nice comfortable seat. Only optional, you may want to have a block or a strap nearby, but that's totally optional. So find that comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, but also be relaxed. Take a slightly bigger inhale and a long exhale as you close your eyes and settle in. To help yourself simply arrive here. Consciously bring your awareness down into the base of your body, whatever's touching the mat, feeling a sense of heaviness, a sense of presence. And in particular, notice the rise and the fall and the feeling of your breathing. You might be feeling the breath in your nostrils, your throat, your chest, your belly. Wherever you're feeling it is just perfect. Connecting with your intention today. Why did you come to practice? What is it that this body-mind of yours needs today? And endeavor to stay true to that intention as we go through the practice. Marking the start with a shared breath. Exhale down to empty. Nice big inhale. And a long sigh. Now welcome once again, my friends, to your yoga practice. Really great to have you here. As you inhale, open your eyes, reach up overhead, take a big stretch, and then slowly bring your hands down. Come onto your feet, drape yourself forwards, give yourself a little shiggle, a little shake, and then slowly just ragdoll yourself up to standing. And as you arrive to standing, without passing out, just shake it off a little bit. The first exercise in this sequence is a breathing exercise, which is a bit different. So we'll just go through it. I'll turn sideways a little bit so you can see. So first, interlace your fingers. Place your fingers, your interlaced fingers or fists right underneath your chin, and you're going to keep your chin and your hands in contact throughout this exercise. As you inhale, lift your elbows all the way up as high as they'll go. Belly's drawn in a bit. And as you exhale, let your elbows come forwards until they touch. You're exhaling until your elbows touch. So your head only goes so far back. And then as you inhale, your arms or elbows are going to come up, still chin and hands together. And then exhale, elbows come forwards until they touch, and your head goes only so far back. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. You can open your mouth on the exhale if you like, but keep your mouth closed when you're inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then let your arms come down, side of the body. Give it a little bit of a shake. And good morning to Jan. We're all here. Let's do that one more time. Just 5 breaths. Interlace your fingers, perhaps the other way, so other thumb at the front. Hands underneath your chin. As you inhale, elbows lift up nice and high. And as you exhale, elbows come forwards until your elbows touch. You're gazing at the ceiling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Elbows forwards. Keep your shoulders moving sort of down the back to keep your neck nice and long. Inhale. Exhale. Elbows forwards, feet squeeze together. That's 3. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhaling. And exhaling. Just waking up the breath here. And then slowly release the hands down. Hosting a bit of chatter. Okay, everybody's online now. That's great. So from here, moving into movements of the spine. As you inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and maybe point your index finger. That's an option, or press your wrists up. There's many ways to approach this. Inhale to reach up. Biceps are squeezing towards your ears, and as you exhale, go over to the right, let your hips go left. Really lift out of that right hip as well. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go to the left. Stretching now the right side of the body. Again, inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over, finding that lovely sense of extension. And now to linger, inhale up. Exhale to the right, and we'll refine this, taking about 5 breaths here, 5 breath cycles. We're trying to lift out of the left hip, up, up, and long through the left side of the body, and also not collapsing through the right side of the body. So lift out of the right hip as well, nice and long, for 2, and 1, and come back up. Exhale to soften, and one more side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Nice and long through the right side and left side of the body. Hips roughly square, shoulders roughly square with the plane of whatever's in front of you. And inhale to come up. Exhale, let your hands come down. Maybe roll your shoulders out. Just give them a little bit of a break. For a back bend, again, keep your feet together, heels together, toes together. Inhale your hands up overhead. Interlace your fingers again. And here, the effort is all in the front side of your body. It's not a collapse into the back side. So we're trying to extend our whole spinal column. So bend your knees a little bit. Push your hips forwards first, so extending the low spine. Then lift your abdomen, lift your chest, lift your chin, and push everything forward. Squeeze your bum, lift your chest, and put your biceps beside your ears as you squeeze your hands together for 3, 2, and then on 1, inhale, come up. And as you exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward. Bend your knees. Fold all the way down. Head drapes down. Knees nicely bent. And here, try to wrap your arms behind your
calf muscles. So your hands are just touching behind your heels, elbows are moving towards one another, head drops down, squeeze your legs together, and lift your bum up. It's not so easy, but just trying to find that place where your torso is resting on your upper thighs, you're holding on the backs of your legs, and your head's dropping down. Pull, draping yourself forwards, and then with your knees a little bent, inhale, rise all the way up.
And exhale, hands come down to the sides of your body again. From this place, step your right foot out a little bit so we're about 2 fist widths apart with our hands. Inhale your hands up parallel to the ground. And as you exhale, sit into the chair. Rocking the weight back towards your heels. Your arms are parallel to the ground. Fingers squeeze nicely together. 4, 3, 2, sit down lower. And 1, come on up, keep your arms where they are. Here's a little bit of a challenge. Feel your big toe mounds. Rock the weight forwards and lift your heels up off the ground. Drive your heels forwards and then sit down again for 5, 4, 3, challenging, 2, and 1, come up. Put your heels down, but keep your hands where they are. Squeeze your knees tight together, like you got something stuck between your knees. And then slowly sit down, letting your heels lift off the ground. Sit, sit, slowly sit. Only so far as you can go, but squeeze those legs together. Squeeze those legs together. You can do it. Just nice and proud. And then as you inhale, we'll come all the way up as slow as you can. That's about as slow as I can do it. And exhale, hands down and feet back together. Eagle pose comes next. And for eagle pose, hopefully your mat isn't moving around like mine. For eagle pose, we want both hips slightly internally rotated. So start with that slight internal rotation right from the get-go. Bring your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your right elbow under your left elbow. And option 1, hold your shoulders. Option 2, let the backs of your hands touch. Option 3, fronts of the hands touch. Sit down and take the weight a little bit back, so stick your butt out. Lean to the left, bring the right leg up and over, squeezing on the upper thigh. So option 1 is a little kickstand with that right foot. You could even use a block and stand on that little block. Option 2 is a lift of the foot. Option 3 is to tuck your foot behind your calf, but in order to do that, you need to sit down quite a bit further. Your hands are trying to bisect your face with those, so not way off to one side or the other, right in the middle. And then inhale to release. And right away on your exhale, bring that left elbow under the right. Hands come either your shoulders, backs of hands, fronts of hands, whatever works for you. Everybody gets the same benefit wherever you're at, so it's perfect whatever you're doing. Balance on your right foot. Keep your hips low. Left leg up and over. Up and over. Maybe you just balance your foot on the floor. Maybe you lift it. Maybe you tuck it and sit down. Get those hands more or less in the middle. Sit down and squeeze. Squeeze your arms. Squeeze your legs. Breathe comfortably. And then as you inhale, release. And as you exhale, hands come all the way down to the sides of your body. A little bit of a challenge pose here. We'll regress this one. It's called standing head to knee, I think. But we'll take it a little bit easier. Bring your right knee up. Flex your right toes back towards you. And interlace your fingers underneath your right thigh, just underneath the knee there. Just nice and proud. I'll turn so you can see a little bit better. And hold that leg up nice and high as you can. For 3, 2, and on 1. Extend through your heel. Get that leg as straight as possible. Notice those toes flex back towards you. For 3, 2, and 1. And now for the final flourish, if you dare, release your hands. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Let the foot come down. Shake it off. That really fires up that whole thigh muscle, that's for sure. Bring your left knee up. You're going to release your fingers underneath the knee. Flex your toes back towards you. Get nice and tall. Get that knee nice and high. For 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Extend through your heel. Toes back towards you. Belly drawn in. Chest nice and proud. 3, 2, and 1. And now for that challenge. Release your hands. Don't let the leg drop. Oh yeah. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your foot down and give that a little bit of a shake. Waking up those legs. Next pose is called dancer pose or Natharajasna or standing bow pulling, I think it's called in the classic variation. Here, take your right hand and roll that right thumb so it points palm open towards the back of your mat. So palm open to the back of the mat. This gets your shoulder in the right place. And now try to grab your inner right ankle with your second finger in the ankle crease. If that's not possible to grab your ankle, this is where you could use a strap of some kind to loop underneath your ankle and hold on to the strap. I won't demonstrate that, but it's definitely an option. So palm out, hold your inner ankle, second finger in the ankle crease, knees back together. Take your left arm up towards the sky, and then begin to kick that knee away from you without letting it wing out to the side. So kick it back, kick it back, kick it back as far as you can, creating a lovely back bend. From the back bend, begin to tip forwards from your hip crease, so tipping forwards, but still kicking with that back leg. If you wobble and fall out, well, you're welcome to being a human being. Happens to me all the time. So kick, tip, and then at the end, left shoulder forwards, right shoulder back. And try to find a good sense of extension and look out over that left hand. As you inhale, come up. And as you exhale, release the whole thing. Crazy, huh? Try it again. Left side, left thumb rolls open, points to the back of the room. Grab your inner ankle with your second finger in the ankle crease. Bring your knees back together. Find that sense of stability in your right foot. Extend the right hand up. Stay tall. And then start to kick that left knee away from you. And the kick is continuous from here in, so don't stop kicking. Kick, 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 kick. Tip forwards from your hip crease. Tip, 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 kick, tip, tip, kick. And then right shoulder more forwards, left shoulder more back. And you try to gaze out over that right hand. Natharajasna. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release it. Shake it off. Nice. Stand to face the long edge of your mat. Or if you got two mats, that'd be ideal. And as you inhale, we'll step or we'll jump. We'll jump our feet apart, arms nice and wide. Toes turn slightly in, hands parallel to the ground, and dive forwards. Chest proud, chest proud, chest proud, folding into that hip crease until your head comes down. And as your head comes down, bend your knees enough so you can hold on to your ankles.
And draw your elbows towards your shins as you try to lift your bum up and let your forehead come down to the ground. And pull for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands in front of you and bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pause, and then step your right foot to your left foot and let it go. Triangle pose. Inhale your hands up overhead. And here, exhale, step your right foot out the side, arms parallel to the ground again, just like where we were before. This time, pivot on your right heel so your right toes point out to the side and bend your right knee. Your ankle and your knee roughly stacked here. Keep your torso absolutely upright here and just drop the right arm down, left arm up. So from upright to just having the arms slightly windmilled. Now begin to just move from above your hips, slide your arm down your inner thigh until your elbow and your knee just about touch, and put a lot of pressure between those 2 points. Try to avoid collapsing into that left hip crease. Keep it nice and long. And then look up towards the ceiling. There we are. Nice challenging little variation on triangle pose. As you inhale, come up. Straighten your right leg. Pivot on your right heel. Toes slightly turned in. Pivot on your left heel. Bend your left knee, sink down. And now torso stays upright. Drop your left hand down, right hand up. Slide your arm down the inner thigh till your elbow touches your knee. Try to keep that right hip from collapsing. Lots of pressure between your elbow and your knee. And then look up, stretch up, look up, nice and strong, nice and expansive through the upper chest. We're working hard today. But hopefully all of this is accessible to you. And then inhale, come back up. Rotate that left foot in, and then step your right foot to your left foot, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down. Standing forehead to knee, this is called. Inhale, hands up. Overlap just your thumbs, press your hands together in prayer. Step the right foot out to the side. Now pivot on both heels. You're facing the right. So both heels pivoted. Both legs are straight. Reach up. And then we'll separate your hands here if you like. Fold forwards. Try to keep your legs more or less straight. Your hands down, either your shin or maybe the ground. And then slowly bring your forehead towards your knee. May or may not touch. You can start to bend your knee until your nose touches your knee. And then try to get it a little bit straighter, putting a nice compression at the throat and extension through the back of that right leg. And on about 5 breaths, slowly come up again, hands overhead, pivot on your heels to face the other side of the mat. Reach up and exhale, fold all the way forwards. Woo. Hands can separate as much as you need. Keep the left hip back, right hip forwards, and then try to bring your forehead towards your knee, bending your knee as much as you need to make that happen. May not happen, no big deal. We're all built differently. Make the pose work for you. You don't need to fit the pose. Just get the basic dynamics. And then inhale, come all the way up. Pivot on your heels and exhale, hands come down. I know I forgot one pose, but that's okay. I wonder if you can guess which one it was. From here, tree pose. So we'll do 2 variations on tree pose. First one, bring your foot up or knee up nice and high, and then place your foot against your inner thigh. Press your leg to your foot to your leg, and then bring your hands up towards your heart. And balance here.
There's this tendency of the left hip to want to pop out to the side. Keep the left hip integrated, draw your belly in. We're trying to draw up nice and proud through the front of the body, breathing calmly. And then to come out, bring that knee forwards, and then put the foot down. Take it to the other side. So bring your left knee up. I like to hold on my left ankle, place my left foot as high up into the groin as possible. Press your foot to your leg to your foot. Right hip stays nice and strong. And then hands come up. Abdomen is nice and firm, and your breath nice and calm. Nice and proud through the upper chest. Perhaps even a smile on your face. Heck, we're doing yoga. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Breathe. And then knee forwards, foot down. Shake it off. A slight regression of the classic tree pose, or I think it's called toe stand. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. Flare your hands out wide. And then tip forwards, taking your bum back as you compress into that right hip crease. Challenging our balance and finding a lovely stretch through that outer right hip. And then as you inhale, hands up, foot down. As you exhale, hands down. Little bend in your knees, balance on your right leg, left ankle on top of the right knee. Toes flex back, hands flared nice and wide. And then tip forwards as I watch cats climbing on fences out my back window here. Feel nice and long through the chest, belly's drawn in, little pinch in that left hip. And then inhale up. And exhale, hands come down. Beautiful. From this place, believe it or not, turn and lie down on your mat. Face up. Just lie down for a minute or so, or 5 breaths. Letting everything settle, calm down, relax. Now bring your right knee up towards you. Interlace your fingers across the head of the right knee. Draw it out and down towards your right shoulder for 5, 4, 3, firm tug, 2, and then on 1, extend your right leg long, bring your left knee up, interlace your fingers across the left knee, draw it out towards the left shoulder, pull for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that leg go nice and long. Bring both knees up towards you. And here, try to grab your elbows across the top of the knees. Keep your head down. If you can't grab the elbows, grab your forearms. Can't grab the forearms, grab your hands. Can't grab your hands, grab underneath your legs. So find something that works for you. Keep your head down on the mat and try to look down the midline of your body. This gets a bit of a thoracic extension. Squeeze your knees in towards you quite firmly. And release. Extend your legs long, arms beside the side of the body. Take a couple of breaths. Now take your arms overhead. As you inhale, this is a bit of a challenge. As you inhale, sit up. As you exhale, try to touch your toes. Boom. Nice. And then from that place, we'll turn around and lie down on our bellies. So face down now for a few poses. Bring your hands right beside your shoulders, just underneath the thumbs touching just below the upper shoulders. Cobra Pose. Feet together, heels together.
Press your pelvic bone down, press your feet down, and then it's almost like you're trying to drag your hands back. Your chest lifts up, elbows move towards the sides of the body, chest proud for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, simply come down, place your left ear on the mat, look to the right, and then bring your hands beside the side of your body, palms face up. Take a couple breaths. And then look the other way, right ear on the mat, left ear, or looking to the left. Take a couple breaths there. And now one of my most hated poses, Locust pose. Place your chin or even your lips on the mat. We'll regress it a bit. Turn your palms face down on the mat, right beside your bum. And then, keeping your face down on the mat, extend your right leg long, lift your right leg up nice and high, feeling the shift of weight forward. So you're pushing with your hands to push your upper chest forward as you lift the right leg up high. And then let your foot come down. Left side right away, extend through your left toes, lift your left leg up, feel the shift of weight towards your upper chest. And then release it down, and now, like I said, my most hated part, squeeze both legs together, hands might come a bit closer together, and inhale both legs off the mat, shift the weight forwards towards your upper chest. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And then slowly release, flip your hands over, look to the right. Take a nice big inhale, exhale. Oh yeah, that's a challenge there. And then look to the left, right ear on the mat. One more, or actually 2 more face down poses. This one is, I would say, an easier version of Locust pose. Hands out wide, palms face the floor like an airplane wings. And here, inhale, lift everything off the mat. So lifting the upper body, the arms, the legs. So you notice in Cobra, we lifted the front body. In the first variation of Locust, we lift the legs. And in this variation, we're lifting everything off the mat. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then slowly come down. Keep your chin on the mat, bend your legs right away. Grab your ankles from the outside this time. Squeeze your knees towards one another. Press your pelvic bone down into the mat and then kick your feet away from you. Boom pose. Kick and kick and kick and kick. And then slowly, knees down, hands forwards. Up and over we go. Child's pose, hands forwards. Head down, feeling a bit of traction through your spinal column as we rest here for a few breaths. And then slowly, slowly begin to sit up. From here, we'll sit on our shins. So feet together, inner thighs or inner shins together. Walk your hands back behind you. Keep lifting your chest, and if it's available, and only if it's available, come down onto your elbows. Try to keep your legs on the ground, creating this lovely extension through the front of the thighs is what we're looking for. You can let your head drop back if you like, it might feel nice. It's really not participating in this particular pose. And then slowly, one hand in, the other hand in, come all the way up, and moving right into, I forget the name of this one, half tortoise pose. Hands come up like tiger claws, facing forwards. Reach up and then bring your hands forwards until your fingertips touch the mat, and creep those fingertips forwards like spiders. Keep your elbows lifted, drop your head down, Maybe your head touches the mat, but keep your fingers walking forwards, your bum sinking back. We're trying to get into the upper back, the sides of your rib cage. Elbows stay lifted, wrists stay lifted, just your fingertips working. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rise back up. I'm going to skip, there's a pose called a rabbit pose. We're going to skip that pose. Take your knees a bit wider, but keep the feet V'd in. Come up onto your knees, place your hands to your low back. Push your hips forwards. Lift your chest up. So just like that back bend we did way at the beginning, find that extension to the front of the body. Tops of the feet even are nice and firmly pulling forwards. Elbows move towards each other. Look up. Squeeze your elbows towards each other for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Come up. Sit down, hands on your knees. Close your eyes for a few breaths. And then fall to one side or the other with your hips. Extend your legs out front. And we'll move into head to knee pose. I think I got too much stuff in the way here. Send your right leg out to the side. Bring your arms up overhead. Turn to the right. Oops, sorry. My mistake. Start again. Right leg out to the side. Left foot to your inner upper thigh. Turn to the right. And fold forwards. Option 1, just keep your hands on the floor. Keep your chest proud. Maybe you grab your foot, maybe you don't. And then bring your forehead towards your knee as you round your upper back. Draw your toes back towards you as best you can. And then as you inhale, come up. Arms overhead. See if you can do this without using your hands. Left foot out to the side, right foot to the inner thigh. Reach up, turn, and fold. Over top of the left leg. Hands go wherever they're going to go. And then forehead towards your knee, whatever that looks like. Feeling your breath. It's always about the breath, moving nice and easily. And then again, slowly come up. Both legs send out front. Legs nice and firmly together. Paschimottanasana, this is called. Inhale, both hands all the way up. Exhale, fold forwards again. Try to reach for your feet. May not happen. Depends if your arms and legs are different lengths. Well, it's not going to happen. And it's normal to have that. And then just keep the spine nice and long. So gaze towards your feet. Backs of your legs feeling this. Back of the spine. Nice and long. And then again, slowly, slowly ragdoll yourself up. From this place, moving into our final twists, take your left knee to the midline, left foot outside your right hip, and right foot jumps over that left knee, setting up for a seated twist. Place your right hand behind you. It acts as kind of a second spine. Lift up, and then you can hold on to that right knee if you like, or right elbow can be pressed against the knee. I like to drape my forearm across my leg as I turn. Your belly draws in. Look over your shoulder. And then gently unwind, take a bit of a counter twist to the left, and then set up for the other side. So lean back, your right knee goes on the ground, right foot outside the left hip, left foot outside the right knee. Lots of rights and lefts, but hopefully it makes sense. Left hand behind you. Now reach up
And twist to the left. Maybe you draw your knee across, maybe use your elbow. There's many variations here. Draw your belly in, nice and tall. Twist and twist and twist. And then slowly unwind and counter twist. Come back through to center. And again, sit up onto your shins, if that's available. If not, just sit cross-legged. Bring your hands onto your lap. Breathe a couple breaths here, let things settle. And then we'll take just a single round of what's called Kapalbhati breathing. What this is a sharp exhale from the abdomen. And the exhale is exiting by your nostrils, so it's a kind of sound. And it's happening quite rapidly. So the exhale is happening forcefully. The inhale is just happening automatically. And we'll do that 36 times to be precise. So take a big inhale, long exhale, and then inhale about halfway and begin. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then take a nice big inhale, hands up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands back down to your lap. Close your eyes. If it's more comfortable for you here, lie down on your mat. But if it's okay, remain seated. And just as we have begun the practice, feel a sense of rooting or heaviness in the base of the body. A sense of length through the spine. And notice the simple rise and fall of your breathing. How is your breathing now? And ending our practice with a short metta practice. You can bring your hands to your heart if you prefer, or just keep them where they are. Repeating after me, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well within my body, my mind, and my heart. May I be well within my body, my mind, and my heart. May I meet each moment of my life with acceptance. May I meet each moment of my life with acceptance. And may I be peaceful and at ease. May I be peaceful and at ease. Let your hands rest back down. Take a nice big inhale. And a long exhale, sigh. And thank you so much, my worldwide friends, for sharing your practice along with me again today. So lovely to have you here. I really do appreciate your presence. It helps me to practice as well. So thank you so much for being here. I'll remain online for a few minutes. Thank you so much, Rachel. Really appreciate your donations. So if as usual, there are some value or benefit to the practice today for you, your donations are more than gladly accepted. As I said, I've been trying to save up the donations so far for the last several months to buy some better sound equipment for these broadcasts. And also trying to donate some of the monies to local causes here. There's a First Nations child charity that I'm trying to funnel money towards. So I appreciate that.